BookTube, welcome back. I'm Winx, and the ink I'm talking about today is my weekend reads as well as a few general updates. And first of which, you can tell from the shelves behind me, they're looking a little sad, but it is not for a sad reason. I'm just moving to a new apartment, and it's even pretty low-key of a move. I'm staying within the same apartment complex. I'm just moving to a slightly nicer apartment unit. I'm mostly excited because it's going to have hardwood floors, and being so fluffy, YT actually has tufts of fur in her paws, and this causes her to slide across the floor whenever she's on a hard surface, and it's brilliant. So I'm really excited to experience that again. When we first adopted YT back when she was a kitten, my roommate and I were in a apartment that had all hardwood, and she would slide everywhere, and it was great. So really excited for that. Anyway, I did pre-film a few videos, so I will probably be sprinkling those in throughout the next week as long as I have time to edit them. And if not, I will be back to a normal apartment sometime in the next week or two. And it should look basically exactly the same because I'm just gonna recreate my book nook because I love it. I will possibly be rearranging my shelves though, just the way that I have my shelves set up, so I will possibly do a bookshelf tour because of that. If there is an interest for that, let me know down in the comments if so. But yeah, I'm excited. Anyway, on to what I've been reading and what I'm reading this week. I'm making a lot of progress still on that R.A. Salvatore series, The Legend of Drizzt, and I looked this up after my last video. I think there are 30 something books in this whole set. It's broken up into several different trilogies, and it's huge. So I'm excited because I love when there are just giant series that I just know that there's a huge amount of content. It's just seemingly endless stories and adventures with these characters that I've grown to love, so that is great. I just finished the second trilogy, which was Icewind Dale, and I am now working on the 7th book, which is the first in the 3rd trilogy, and that one is called Legacy. I can't remember the name off the top of my head of this trilogy, but I will put all that info down below in the notes. So I'm really enjoying it. I had a little moment when I went from the first trilogy to the second trilogy where I was a little bit let down just because the first trilogy is all basically from Drizzt's perspective. It's not first person, but it's from that one character's view. And the second trilogy really follows multiple characters and their experiences. And I just really like viewing the world from one set of eyes and getting a really deeper knowledge of that character. So that took me a minute to get used to, but by the time I got done with the first book, I was already really into this set of characters, and each book following, I've just loved them even more, so I've totally gotten past whatever weird feelings I was having over that. I also heard that that second trilogy, that was actually the first set of books that R.A. Salvatore wrote in this world, and apparently people just liked the character of Drizzt so much that he went back and wrote the first trilogy to get like Drizzt's backstory. So I thought that was really cool. Anyway, yeah, so I am really enjoying those, and I'm excited to dive into this new trilogy. I've also been reading a few books for Book Bath Box. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead because I felt like I got a little bit behind, and I've been reading a couple sci-fi picks that I had. One of them I finished. I really liked it, so I think that one is going to definitely be in a box soon. And I'm working right now on another sci-fi pick that I am pretty excited about. I think it just won an award, or it was a nominee for an award, so it sounds like it's going to be a pretty good one. And I have a couple other ones just sort of lined up, and I'm feeling really excited about the next like year of Book Bath Box picks. I think it's just, we're off to a good start, so get excited. Then I've also been reading a little bit of vintage sci-fi, which I'm really excited about because these are the kind of books that I always mean to read but never seem to make time for. But when I do, I'm usually really excited about it, and I really enjoy whatever it is I picked up. Obviously, some of the older books are problematic because of the times that they were written in, but in general, there's some really cool stuff. And it's really interesting to see what inspired modern day sci-fi and sort of what kicked off the start of this awesome genre. So yeah, I'm really excited to dig a bit more into that. And I've specifically been reading some for my podcast, Marshmallow and Mimosa. The episode that's going to be airing on Wednesday or Tuesday if you are a patron, this one is really just celebrating nerdery, and Adrian, my co-host, and I recommended to each other a vintage sci-fi short story, and we each read it, and then we're just going to discuss it. So I recommended to Adrian to read The Seventh Sally by Stanislaw Lem, which is the short story that inspired SimCity and the amazing game that is The Sims. And she recommended to me Who Goes There, which is the novella that actually inspired The Thing. Neither of us had read the ones that were recommended, so it was really interesting for us to try them out, and I learned a lot of really cool history about Who Goes There, and yeah, we discussed it all on the podcast, and you should definitely check that out if you are interested. So now that we've done that for the podcast, I'm feeling really motivated to read even more vintage sci-fi, and I have a few things picked out. I have a collection of Bradbury short stories, I have The War of the Worlds, and then I also actually picked up 2 books from Powell's today. As I was packing up my shelves, I picked out a few that I just don't think I'm going to read, and I sold them to Powell's, got store credit, so I get a little bit more. And with that store credit, I bought a couple things. So first is I Am Legend by Richard Matheson, and this one inspired several movies. I have not read it, but I am excited to try it out. The other book that I got is another Stanislaw Lem book, which he's the author of the short story I mentioned, and this one is called Solaris. I also have not read this one, so I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully I will get to those soon. And then the final book that is on my list to be reading in the next week or so is one that I started reading quite a while back with my girlfriend Jess, and that is Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie. We started reading this as a buddy read, and then I got totally swamped by Book Bath Box, and then we each got sort of distracted by other reads, so we're now excited to go back to it. Unfortunately, I accidentally packed it in one of the many boxes that are full of books, so I have no idea where it is, and I'll have to wait until at least next week to unearth it and pick it back up. But I'm excited to get into that, and I'm really excited to do another episode of Books with Bae. Then, as I mentioned, I had a few quick announcements that I wanted to do. First, I wanted to remind everyone of my giveaways. I'll put a link to the video where I talked more about them up top. I'm doing 3 separate giveaways. One of them is to celebrate hitting 3,000 subscribers on my channel. Thank you all again. Times 1,000, times 3,000. You're all amazing, and it just makes me feel really happy to know that so many people are excited to watch my videos and so welcoming in the community. I love being a part of it. You guys rock. So I want to celebrate that with a giveaway and a Q&A, so you can leave questions in that video as well. The other 2 giveaways are for my podcast, Marshmallow and Mimosa. You can enter by becoming our patron on Patreon or by leaving us an iTunes review. Yeah, there's 3 boxes up for grabs from Book Bath Box, and I'm really excited to be able to give some stuff back to all of you who support us. You guys are awesome. So definitely check that out. It'll be open until August 31st, and it is open internationally, so everyone can enjoy the fun. Speaking of the podcast, I have one other thing that I would love for you all to do if you don't mind. I have a survey down below. So if you have been listening at all to the podcast, I would love to hear what you think. We are wrapping up season 1. In fact, we're going to record the very last episode of season 1 on September 1st, so that way we can have gotten the winners of the giveaway. And yeah, and then we're going to take maybe a couple weeks off. That episode will air on the 5th or 6th, and then we'll take a couple weeks off just to sort of regroup, and we're really excited about season 2. We have some really fun ideas and just ways that we're going to sort of change things up and improve, and we would love to get some really solid feedback data from you all to know what you would like to see and what you wouldn't like to see, and take that into account when we're making these plans. So I have that link down below. Please go check that out, and it's really quick. Just click a few things and let us know what you think. And finally, I have 2 shout outs that I want to give. One of them is for a book that's coming out, and I did a video a while back earlier in the summer where I interviewed the 2 editors of it. This is Luminescent Threads, Connections to Octavia Butler. I'm really excited about this. It's coming out from 12th Planet Press, which is a really cool publishing company. The book is already available for pre-order, but is going to launch on Tuesday, August 15th. So I have the link down below if you want to check it out. I'm really excited. I can't wait to read this because it just sounds like it's going to be really, really awesome. Yeah, it's a collection of essays and letters written by those who have connections to Octavia Butler. Either they met her in real life or they were just personally felt an emotional connection to her works. And it's these essays and letters they have written to her and about her and their connections to her. And I think it's going to be really, really cool. So definitely check that out. I'll also link the video where I interviewed the lovely editors of that book. And yeah, there you go. And the final shout out I want to give is to a channel. This channel is hosted by my friend Bethwyn, and yeah, it's actually been around for a little bit, but she took sort of a hiatus for quite a while, and now she's coming back to BookTube, and I just feel like everyone should go and give her a really warm welcome back. I, for some reason, am blanking on the name of her channel. I want to say it's something with Butterfly Books. That's not it though. I will have that linked up top and down below. Please go and give her a visit and give her a thumbs up, subscribe, all the things. Welcome her back because she's very cool and has a lot of cool things to say about books. So yeah, I think that is the end of this giant update ramble. I will definitely be posting on social media in the next few weeks. Oh, I'm also planning on, hopefully, fingers crossed, doing another first chapter reading ASMR type video soon. I want to do it on the vintage sci-fi books that I read, so look forward to hopefully one of those in the coming future. I'm hoping if I'm saying this on a video, it'll make me feel like I need to do it. So, accountability. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. This video is getting out of hand. Let me know in the comments what you guys have been up to and what you've been reading. Are you moving? Do you have cats that slide across the floor? Let's discuss that because that is an important part of life. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope you all have had a wonderful weekend and are getting ready for a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!